Hi, boys and girls, it's Mrs. Barber. Could you please get this book out? Your parents picked it up last week, States of Matter. It's a really good one, so I hope you are going to enjoy it as much as me. The essential question on page 2 says, how can something old become new? And we're going to be talking about matter, and matter is all things that are liquid, solid, gas. There's the gas, the steam. So water can be all three, right? Water can be a liquid. You could turn it to ice and it can become a solid. You can heat it up and it will turn to steam, which is a gas. So super exciting. So it's a little bit of a science book that we're going to be reading about things. Right now, we're just going to be changing something to something else. So, like soap. I'm going to read this to you. Soap shapes. Soaps can easily be sculpted into any shape you want. All it takes is imagination. Start with a cup of soap flakes or ask someone to help you grate a bar of soap. Place the soap into a bowl and add just enough water to make it look and feel like dough. If you want colorful shapes, soap, add a few drops of food coloring. Now you can shape the soap. You may want to think of a theme such as ocean life. You can make soaps in the shape of fish, turtles, and sea stars, or use cookie cutters. Soap that you shape yourself is really fun to use. So boys and girls, see, you can take soap flakes and turn it into a bar of soap, or you can grate your own soap flakes. So you take a bar of soap, grate it into flakes, and then change it back into a bar of soap. That's what we're talking about, how you change things, okay? You could do this at home if your parents tell you it's okay and they help you with it. Super fun. All right, here's an end rhyme poem. So listen, know and snow, say and day, fan, can, fog and bog, sea and variety, all and them and fall. So those are all the rhyming words. It's All Water by Constance Andrea Cremis. All the boys and girls I know say they love to play in snow. Mention rain, what do they say? Come again some other day. As for sleet, no one's a fan. We all avoid it if we can. Who among us cares for fog, except the bullfrogs in a bog? Weather changes as you see. It's a great variety. Drops of water start it all. Chill them, warm them, watch them fall. Boys and girls, here's a vocabulary word. I'm going to challenge you and your family. Find out what the word bog means. You'll be surprised. Okay, here's the first thing. We're going to take something and change it. We're going to take a piece of flat paper and we're going to change it. So this is an art form, and it began in China, but it got really popular in Japan. And when I was, do you know when we make those cootie catchers? The cootie catchers are actually origami folds, and so is this. And when I taught 6th grade, we actually read Sadako and the 1,000 Paper Cranes. It's a history book written in kind of like a narrative. And it's about World War II. It's such a great story. And my 6th grade classes, the first class I ever taught in 6th grade, they made 500 origami paper cranes. And then my class the next year made the other 500. So we actually made the 1,000 paper cranes. Okay, the book, it's a chapter book, and your parents probably need to read it with you, but it's such a good summer book. A little bit sad, just going to warn you because it's in World War II, but it's called Sadako and the 1,000 Paper Cranes. But I'm going to read you about the art of origami, and this is called a procedural text, which is going to be a nonfiction book. Okay, here we go. For thousands of years, people have been changing the size and shape of paper by folding it. Origami, the art of paper folding, began in China and then spread to Japan, where it became popular. In fact, the word origami comes from the Japanese word ori, which means folding, and kami, which means paper. Today, You can try your hand at this ancient craft by folding a square of paper to create a dog's face. The directions are easy to follow, so let's get started. Boys and girls, your paper must be a square. It cannot be a rectangle. Origami does not work unless you're using a square. And you know what? If you love doing this, you're going to love it. You can look up online. I looked on my Pinterest account. You can find so many different things to make an origami. And in fact, in your packets, in one of your packets, we sent you some origami things to fold. So first of all, cut a square out of a piece of white paper. You need just a nice square. It says step 1, begin with a square piece of white or colored paper. A paper that is 8 inches all the way around. Well, that's easy. You could get your ruler out and measure 8 by 8 by 8 on all sides. Fold the paper in half from top corner to bottom corner. And now you have a triangle. Fold the triangle in half again by folding the left point over to the right point. Unfold the triangle. There will be a crease down the middle, right there. To make the ears, fold both corners of the triangle down at an angle. Fold back the point at the bottom of the dog's head. Draw eyes, 2 eyes and a nose, and now your dog has a face. You began with a square piece of paper and transformed it into a dog's face. How amazing is that? Boys and girls, have fun. Last year when I had my second graders in school, I gave them 3 or 4 different pieces of white paper, and they made 3 or 4 dog faces and colored them all different colored dogs. So have fun with this tomorrow. It's going to be great. All right, and then we're going to read about sand sculptors. It's only 4 pages. Let's do it. So we're on page 10. This is another way you transform sand at the beach into something else, a castle. Picture yourself at the beach on a hot summer day. Soft sand, crashing waves, squawking seagulls, and sunny skies. Did you remember to bring some pails and shovels? If so, you have everything you need to build a sandcastle. Anyone can build one, but not all sandcastles are the same. For some people, sandcastles are more than just fun at the beach. They're a way to create art and make money. Sand sculptors enter competitions to win big prizes. When they compete, they use the same simple items as you do: shovels, molds, sand, and water. But their knowledge of science, construction, and art results in some amazing creations. I can't believe this. This is beautiful. The sand up at the Lake Tahoe beach where I go is not good for building sandcastles. It's not fine enough. It's too kind of bumpy. Here's where the science comes in. By themselves, dry grains of sand are slippery, so they cannot stick together. But water changes everything. That's because water creates tiny bridges that hold the grains of sand together. Sand sculptors know just how much water to add. Using too much or too little will cause their creations to crumble. Look at that. That's amazing. The sculptors work quickly to stack their blocks of hard, wet sand. They smooth the sand and shape it using their hands and scrapers. They carve every detail with fine tools. And finally, a stunning work of art appears, for a little while anyway. When the sand dries out, even the winning sculptures will fall apart. Well, that's a bummer, but they get to build another one. Boys and girls, you read about glass art, because that is so much fun too. Takes a lot of high heat to change the glass. Okay? That's what I want you to do. Oh, and then go to, this packet, it's new also. It's States of Matter. Have your parents read this information. You can look at the calendar. Let me see. Find the one in English for us. Go to week 1. Pick an activity in week 1. And then, you know what? You can go over the spelling words with your parents this time. I'll read them tomorrow probably. And why don't you do the first page right here? High frequency words. Brought, contain, front, gave, inches. material, noun, ocean, strong, and verb. That's it for now. I'll see you soon.